Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin dominance chart analysis. This is the first time I do this video, of course, on this channel for the chart here of BTC dominance. And this chart is specialized, of course, or to tell us a little bit more what can, the future of the crypto market can be, and who is dominating the crypto market. Is it Bitcoin or the altcoins? And of course, the more Bitcoin here, this chart shows a higher percentage, I would say, for Bitcoin. That means, of course, BTC is taking lead in the crypto market, where we're gonna see higher prices for Bitcoin over the cryptocurrencies as altcoins. In case the percentage moves down, of course, that means, of course, that the alt season might start after this bull run of Bitcoin, which we know most of the time where after an impulse here that we see for the bull run for Bitcoin, where it can reach almost the 70% of the crypto market. We see that, of course, this is the bull run of Bitcoin, and after it directly starts the altcoin season, where the percentage goes down for Bitcoin and the investors start to invest much more in the altcoins, knowing that the altcoins bull run is normally faster than the Bitcoin one. As you can see before, we have seen a very massive drop directly for the BTC dominance here, because the alt season was very fast, and of course here it was a corrective wave for the chart where we saw an ABC, of course, over the BTC dominance. Of course, we see in the previous bull run, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your wave 4 did not reach the wave 1, which is a nice impulse for the bull run for Bitcoin. And then after this, we saw a WXY for a wave A here, and then ABC for your wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, of course, reaching almost, this is your wave 5. Actually, your wave 4 was ranging so much here. After having this impulse, finishing a wave 2, probably a wave C. Now in this bull run, we saw, of course, as well higher prices. Now it is a little bit choppy, more than the previous one. Just to let you know that it's still, of course, an impulse where we saw a 1, 2 here, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for your wave 3, and then ABC for your wave 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Probably finished here as an ending diagonal for this wave 5 here and for this bull run. Now, is it done? Is that our bull run done for Bitcoin? And now we are moving to the altcoin season. As you can see here, we have a drop for the dominance of Bitcoin against the altcoins, and that might signify, of course, a start for a how to say, like a reversal of investors from Bitcoin to altcoins. If we go a little bit to the daily chart, we can see that this might be, of course, an impulse toward the downside somehow. It's still not very clear, but it can be, of course, as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here, where you can see a wick. We can see this even much maybe closer on the 4-hour chart. We can see here your wave 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5, as you can see. Now this might be, of course, an impulse. Now, it is possible as well that it is just a zigzag, but we still see that, of course, the altcoins might still move toward towards the upside here for the altcoins, while Bitcoin dominance move towards the downside. And that because we have to finish a wave C here in impulse towards the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 probably. I think that, of course, the Bitcoin will have a little bit less potential in the crypto market right now as investors. And it might, of course, move now to the altcoins a little bit to be much more, much more profitable maybe, or yeah, because if we move down here more impulsively, because this is, of course, 5 waves, therefore, yeah, it is very possible that Bitcoin fall down or goes sideways while the altcoins start to move up higher and higher. Now, we saw some weakness, of course, in Solana, for example. The bull run was interrupted We saw a very deep wave 4 invalidating the impulse of Solana. And Ethereum is still kind of like finding some weakness. We cannot really say that Ethereum looks very, very bullish. And as we saw, the last cycle was corrective still. And we might still expect even lower prices. However, if this will turn the table on for the altcoins and we move, of course, lower here with the Bitcoin's dominance, it is very possible, of course, that Solana and Ethereum recovers, same as for most of the altcoins as well. Many altcoins, by the way, shows even more strength than Solana and than Ethereum, for example, SUI and XRP. Those two were showing, of course, higher prices. They didn't show a very deep wave 4 and still looking for higher prices, actually. And yeah, possibly that we start to see even higher prices for the altcoins in the next week, possibly. However, it depends also on the sentiments of the market, right? If there is fear more than the greed, so we might even see maybe sideways for Bitcoin, but even sideways or even less prices for altcoins. We're gonna see, of course, it doesn't mean here if Bitcoin moves down that altcoins has to move towards the upside. It tells us here who has the power or the lead over the crypto market. Now we still see that Bitcoin is still at the 57%. It has achieved the 61% already in the top here, possibly. And then we, of course, in the top, possibly, I mean, in case this is a zigzag, we might still move toward the upside. The last bull run, of course, Bitcoin reached 72%, almost 73%. Now, maybe on this bull run, and as you can see in the history here, we see that each cycle between the alt season and the Bitcoin, we see that the chart getting narrower and narrower, right? We see those tops here are like, how to say, like they are linear, right? They are just joining in one trend line, same as for here, kind of like creating a triangle here, possibly pattern as a B, C, D, and an E. So if we see now a drop down towards the downside impulsively, that might mean, of course, that we might be in a triangle, and after this, of course, we might see, of course, Bitcoin moving towards the upside again as a dominant over the crypto market. So basically, I would say as a conclusion, I would say that we are currently looking for a wave C at least at 1-to-1 fib level taken from this side. Let's set the targets here. So probably we are in a wave C for a zigzag first. This is your first target here as let's see the percentage as a 14 or 53% actually. If we drop with the dominance here, I would say, yeah, altcoins has much more potential for higher prices, of course, in the next week. Now, we will see the reaction here, what's gonna be for the dominance after. If we see continuation, I would say that the bull run for Bitcoin has finished. I would say that a deeper correction would take place in the Bitcoin chart, and then, yeah, to be reanalyzed at that time. In case, of course, this happened and we reach here a wave E after an A, B, C, D, E, it is very possible to start a new cycle or even higher prices for Bitcoin. Again, sorry, in case we see, of course, a move towards the upside one more time again. So let's label this as A, B, C, D, and an E. Right, this can be a possible scenario as well for this chart here to see, of course, a triangle, and then, of course, after your wave E towards the downside, you would like to see the dominance of Bitcoins moving higher again. Another scenario, it can be even like 1, 2, this is your wave 3 as an extended 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very, very possible. In case you get a zigzag here, you might still see one more leg towards the upside to reach a little bit the 70% as dominance. So, as I said, as a conclusion for this week, we are expecting a little bit much more potential for the altcoins to see a higher moves than Bitcoin. And we'll see after this target if we reach it to see, of course, what's gonna happen next. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.